Okay, so we are recording, Paula. So I want to thank you for joining. And Paula and I are here just to share some information with you about Tupperware, because a lot of people don't realize that you can join us just for the wholesale discount. It's really no different than if you joined one of the other wholesale clubs like Sam's Clubs, Costco, BJ's, those, because you joined it so that you could save money. And it is a yearly membership. So we're offering the same opportunity to you so you can purchase your Tupperware at a discount. And that discount is 25% to 35%. And when we run a sale, you would get 25% off the sale price. So that's even a bigger savings. And I don't know about you, but whenever I go shopping, the first thing I do is I look for the clearance racks and the sales racks, because I want the best value for my dollar. So that's what our wholesale club's going to provide you, as a way to get your Tupperware at wholesale prices. So we have several different opportunities for you to join us. One is $15, and that's called a virtual opportunity, where you don't get any product. You will get a pro website free for 90 days. So what that means is that you can share that website with your friends and your family, and if they order on your website, you're going to get a 25% commission just for having that public website. But you can also just order your own Tupperware and not on your website, because you want to get your discount. So you order it in your My Office, where you are actually getting the discount taken off of your order right then and there. So it's just a great way to save. The other option is to purchase one of our kits, because maybe you want to sample some of our product lines, and that's what our kit offers, is a variety of our different product lines. So I'm just going to turn my portal here, so I hope you don't get dizzy. Are you dizzy, Paula? So let me see how I got to go here. All right. So can you see it over here, Paula, the kit? Because I'm only seeing a little view in the window. It's like, so it's not real big. So let me just change my screen here to.
I can see it good.
Okay, good. So I just wanted to change the viewing. Here we go, view. So we're going to go gallery. Okay, there we go. So this is our deluxe kit. And what that means is you're getting a sample of a lot of our different products so that you can try them. You know, how can you recommend something to your friends if you've never tried it? So we want to be able to get at least one piece of a product line in your hands so that you can try it out. So starting with my favorite, the Fridge Smart. And this is for your produce. And what Tupperware discovered when they were developing the first generation of our Fridge Smart, because this is the second generation, is that there's basically 3 different breathing levels for your produce. There are low breathers. They don't require any more oxygen in your container than what is already there. Then we have some moderate breathers, and so they're breathing in oxygen and they're expelling the carbon dioxide, so they need a little bit of ventilation. And then we've got our heavy breathers, so they require a lot more oxygen and you don't want to suffocate them. So you would have your vent in the all the way open setting. So the chart here has pictograms that identify exactly how you're going to set this setting on your seal to create the right environment inside. It has a raised interior so that your produce is elevated above its moisture. So it's not going to sit into moisture where it's going to get slimy, but also it allows the circulation to aerate around it. So things are going to keep fresher longer. But by keeping that moisture in there, but not on the produce, prevents it also from shriveling up, getting kind of pruny, or what's the word I want? Lose its crispness. So it's going to remain crisp. And everything's going to remain 2 to 3 times longer. So for some things that are more perishable, you're looking at 2 to 3 more days. But for most of your items, you're looking at 2 to 3 weeks. And these really, really do work. But there is a key to storing your produce effectively. And one is to take it out of the wrapper you brought it home in and also to store it in the container unwashed until you're ready to eat it. So we like to say store it naked and dirty. And that's going to help it to last even longer. The fresher it is when you buy it, the longer it's going to last as well. So keep that in mind too. Then we have one of our freezer containers, and I don't know if you can tell, but there's snowflakes on here. Yeah, I thought you can see them. There's little snowflakes that identifies that this is a freezer container. First of all, these have stain guard. So that means they're not going to discolor if you have a tomato-based product in it. They have a recessed bottom, and they have a recessed seal so that you can stack things and air can circulate top to bottom. But also because they have the rounded corners here, the air can circulate around the four walls. So that creates a six-sided airflow. But the benefit is that they have a thinner wall, which is making it more flexible. So that means the foods are going to freeze faster and defrost faster too. So that's another benefit to having them. And you can label your foods, and the foods that you buy in your frozen food case in your supermarket is not intended to remain in the packaging that it's in. You really should transfer it to an airtight container, which these are totally airtight, because those packages are tossed in there and people are moving them all around, and sharp edges can poke tiny little pinholes in those bags. And what's going to happen is the air is going to get in. You're going to have condensation from the food itself, which is the ice crystals, but also you can get bacteria from the air. So you don't want that in your frozen food. So you want to transfer them. And plus, it's a lot easier to stack these than to have your odd shaped bags and boxes and things in your freezer. So you can easily identify what you have. Then we move over to our microwave products. So we have a couple. This is our CrystalWave, and CrystalWave was one of our actually first microwave reheatable containers we came out with. Now it also has stain guard, so you don't have to worry about discoloration from those tomato-based products. And it has a vent in the seal so that you're going to tip it open when you're ready to heat, and you're going to leave the seal on because nobody likes cleaning up those spatters in your microwave, right? And they've got nice wide handles for easy gripping, but also the handles will stay cool to the touch. A nice wide tab for opening. And I do recommend that you don't put the tab over the handle because it makes it harder to get your seal off once you've warmed your food up. So I always keep it opposite. And then there's also little feet on the bottom. Can you see that? There's little tuppy feet right there. So that suspends this in air. So what that means is in your microwave, you've got your microwaves are able to go in the top, in the sides, and up from the bottom. So it creates a very even heat distribution. Because this is a reheatable, you want to use 50, 60, or 70% power level. You never want to use high. High power is for cooking the food only, not for warming it up. Just similar to your stovetop where you would use a medium low, medium, medium high to warm those foods to prevent them from burning the bottom. Same thing here, because you don't want to recook the food. That's where things will get tough, rubbery, and chewy. So that's our CrystalWave. And then we have my favorite in the microwave reheatables, are vent and serve. So this also has a vent, and this has got a silicone valve that you're going to open, and I will show you that it will come out for easy cleaning, but you can see there's holes here, and so once you open that vent, that's going to allow the steam to escape. And again, you're going to leave the seal on. This also has the stay cool handles. It also has the feet on the bottom, but this also has an etched fill line on opposite corners. And that fill line is for the capacity that you will see printed on the bottom of your container. And this even says microwave reheatable. Okay, so again, this is another one, 50 to 70% power level. Both of them are dishwasher safe. This one happens to also be freezer safe. It is also non-stick as well as non-stain. So this is my favorite, the vent and serves. Then we have another piece for our microwave line, which is our breakfast maker. You know, breakfast can be kind of tedious, but if you got something that can make it really fast, the microwave breakfast maker, you can do your eggs, you can do over easy, you can do poached, you can do scrambled for your breakfast sandwiches, and you can even remove them and you can do your omelets, frittatas, breakfast burritos in there with ease. And that is a great tool to have. You can even make brownies in this too. just in case you did not know. So that is the microwave breakfast maker. This has got your stay cool handle here. Okay, so that's going to stay cool to the touch, and it's got your vent in the cover. And you notice I said cover and not a seal, because that does not seal on, that's a cover. Then we have our medium eco bottle, and we have our eco to go cup, which this has a removable sleeve, so it just twists off. But this is great, it can be used hot or cold. And so when you go, in case you have to go to the drive-through or to your favorite coffee shop like Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks, whatever, that you can take your cup with you and ask them to use this instead of filling up one of their cups. And that way you're going to be saving the environment by not having that disposable cup. And it also has this little tab here that you can seal off your spout, your beverage spout, but it's also got the little opening there so that when you are drinking, you don't have to worry about it gushing out, because it's going to allow that air to come out of there so it doesn't create those air bubbles. Love the eco water bottles. They're a lot sturdier than your disposable bottles, and these are reusable, and they've got a flip top, which makes it so handy when you're on the go, just to flip it open and drink. So great for walking, nice hand grip. Love the eco bottles. Then this is like the premium product of the business kit, or the deluxe kit rather. And this is our Power Chef. It has a seal so that you can pre-prepare and seal whatever you have in there. It has a silicone ring on the bottom that easily comes off for cleaning, but also it helps it to stay put when you are using the mechanism. It has a funnel attachment, so if you need to add any liquids like water, vinegar, oil, vanilla to whatever you're preparing, it's got your measurements on there. So you want to first close that, so you're going to turn it to the smallest opening here and measure it up, so you don't need to dirty a measuring spoon. When you're ready to dispense, all you need to do is just turn that funnel, and it's going to flow right into the base, which makes it easy. But then to use it, you just pull the cord and your blade will revolve 12 times. So it's like 12 cuts of a knife with one pull of the cord. So things will cut very quickly. It even has a whipping attachment for your whipping and blending needs, whether you're doing dips, marinades, salad dressings, things like that. But then we have, because this is the premium system, we have the base and the blade for our chop and prep, because this mechanism is interchangeable. So you only need one mechanism, but you can have two bases, so you have two different chopping vessels. And this is great for chopping up coffee beans. So if you want to grind your own coffee beans, you can do that, because when you grind your own coffee beans, it's fresher than what's already been pre-ground, so you get a better flavor on your coffee. But also you can do onions and fresh herbs and nuts and cheese, and you can do chicken salad and tuna salad and egg salad and your celery and your peppers, and I mean the list goes on and on and on and on. So I love these. And just this system by itself retails for $94, or is it $93? It's one of the two, 93 or 94. Okay, thank you. In our catalog, and just keep that in mind, because I'm going to tell you more about what's in this kit. Then we have our microfiber towels. Do you love the colors? I love the colors. And microfiber will absorb up to 8 times its weight in water. And I love these towels. Look how nice and big these are. And they're super absorbent. And with microfiber, you don't want to use fabric softener or dryer sheets, because what happens is that they're going to leave a residue on the fibers themselves and prevent them from being absorbent. But the difference between microfiber and terry cloth, your terry cloth, your fibers are twisted and looped. And with microfiber, your fibers are split 16 times. So that's what allows it to absorb faster, is because of all the fibers being open. So we have the 2 towels there. And everybody needs measuring cups and measuring spoons. And did you know that Tupperware is the only company that has 2 extra spoons and 2 extra cups in their sets? Yes, we do. We have a quarter, a third, a half, 2/3 of a cup, 3/4 of a cup, and a 1 cup measure. And they are user friendly. So they're, whether you're left-handed or right-handed, you can pour from either direction. And then our measuring spoons, we have a 1/8 of a teaspoon, a 1/4 of a teaspoon, a 1/2 teaspoon, a teaspoon, a 1/2 tablespoon, and a tablespoon. And they're designed so that you can go ahead and pre-measure and have them resting on your counter, ready for you to put into whatever you are preparing. So it eliminates the need for having to forget an item. So you can go ahead and have all your ingredients pre-measured, and then you're just going to add them as you need to. And you've got to have a spatula, and I love this spatula. This is our newer silicone spatula, and it is heat resistant up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. It's got a pointed tip, which is very convenient for cleaning out the rims and the seals. And it also has a flat side so that you can use it to score your bars and brownies, but also you can even use it to lift right off of your cookie sheet. And we also have a Junior That's a Bowl, which is a 12-cup mixing bowl. It's got a thumb handle and a seal so that you can easily control it while you're mixing with your thumb, instead of having to put your thumb and your fingers here and try to control it. And even to try to spread, sometimes it's heavy and you can't hold it with your thumb like that. Not to mention you're obligated to lick. Just saying. You're laughing, Paula. That's right. We don't want to lick. And then lastly, we have our classic Wonderlear bowl set. And the Wonderlear bowl was actually the first bowl that Earl Tupper designed. And how he came upon the design of this seal, ignore the tab, excuse me, ignore the tab. But if you look at the seal inverted, it resembles a paint can lid. Wouldn't you agree that that lid on that paint can keeps the paint from drying out? So that's how he designed this whole liquid airtight seal. So all of our round seals are not only airtight, but they are virtually liquid tight. So we could turn this bowl upside down, sideways, backwards, forwards, and it's not going to leak. And so all of our round seal Tupperware is the best thing to pack in your cooler, because as the ice melts, it's not only going to float, but you don't have to worry about any of the water seeping into your container and affecting any of the food that may be left over in it. So that is our deluxe kit. So that's a $350 value, but it would only cost you $109. Remember I said this was $94 by itself in our catalog? So what a value that is, just to try out some of our products and to also try us out for a year and shop at a wholesale. Because remember, you know, we are almost into July, which is halfway to Christmas, and you could start doing your holiday shopping and buy some of your family and friends Tupperware for gifts, housewarming gifts. So you're shopping and saving all at the same time. So you also get a free website with this for the 90 days. And then you can choose to keep that after, because it's going to cost you nothing if you want to maintain that particular type of website, because it's got different features to it. You can do that for just $10.99 a month, which is really a no-brainer. So we've got an ad incentive for you too. So every month we offer a first order bonus award. And this month we have 2 options for you to choose from. The first one is our spiralizer set. So it has our handy spiralizer, which is for making your zoodles. If you don't know what a zoodle is, you'll have to Google that. But this is to make your zoodles. And then it has our chef's knife, which is a super sharp knife, and it's got a nice sheath on here to protect it, but it's ergonomically designed. And this is actually one of my favorite knives to use. And this is a super easy knife to use, and you can use it on everything. And then you would get 3 cutting boards, not in this color. They're going to be in a beautiful aqua color, but 3 cutting boards. And these are great size because you can just slide them in your cabinet, and they're easy to use, you know, great for chopping small amounts of things if you need to, or cutting sandwiches, anything you need a small cutting board for. And then we have our microwave pasta maker. And I really do love this pasta because I was one of those people that I was notorious for putting the water on to boil and then go do something else. And all of a sudden I realized, oh yeah, I was boiling water for the pasta for dinner tonight. And I would go back to the kitchen and half of my water evaporated. So I had to kind of start over. So the benefit of this is you don't pre-boil your water. And it also has measurements inside it. I'm going to show you. Can you see that? There's 3 columns. I don't know if you can see that. There's 3 columns. On one end, it is your odd number of servings. And on the other end, it's your even number of servings. So you have measurements for up to 6 servings. And on that serving column, the bottom line is for the level of your dry pasta. So you pour your dry pasta into that line. And in that same column, at the top, there's a wavy line for the level of the water for that amount of pasta. So you're just going to fill it to that line. Then you're going to put this in the microwave uncovered. Because remember, you cook your pasta uncovered on the stovetop, right? So you're going to put that in there uncovered and cook it for the amount of time that you need to based on that type of pasta. It does come with an insert that does give you some timetable recommendations. I will find them here. Yeah. There we go. So it's got some timetable recommendations for all different types of pasta, even fresh pasta. And then when it's done to the doneness that you like, you're going to put the cover on. You see there's an arrow here? You're going to put the cover where the arrow is at the end where these openings are. You see those openings? And then again, this is cool to the touch. So you're going to take this to your sink and you're going to drain that water. And then your pasta is ready to eat. Did you know that you should not rinse your pasta? You should leave that natural starch on there because that's what is going to allow your sauces to adhere to it instead of rolling off and ending up in this lake in the bottom. And it also eliminates the need to have a colander that you've dirtied and have to wash later. So that is our pasta maker. So that is one option set. So remember that. That's the handy spiralizer set. Then we have our refrigerator storage set. So it includes our Piccadilly, which has an elevator, which is not in here at the moment, for draining the brine from your pickles or your olives, your peppers, or even maybe you've got carrots and celery sticks in here, so you just want to drain the water off of them. So you've got a Piccadilly. You have our Big Wonders bowls. This is not the right colored seal, but these are the bowls. And look how nice those are because they're clear, so you can see what's stored in there. And again, it's that round liquid airtight seal. A gallon pitcher, which is going to be in the aqua, which is not in green, but it's a gallon size pitcher with that classic push button seal. So you got a gallon pitcher. And then to finish it off, you have our fridge stackables. Now this is actually our freezer fridge set because I don't have the fridge stackables, but I wanted to kind of give you a facsimile. In the fridge stackables, your bottom container is deeper than this one. But you have your 3 containers that will all stack one on top of the other. There's a removable grid inside. So when you have things like maybe you've got sliced tomatoes and you want to have them laid out and it's going to drain that juice below. Maybe you've got some cold cuts to have a little bit of extra moisture in there you want to drain. And then you've got 1 seal. So each container seals the next and then 1 seal. So that means that you can just use 1 container if you want to, or you can use 2 containers. Like that. So however you choose, you can even take your containers with you to the supermarket if you buy in the deli, and they will actually put the container on the scale and take off the weight of the container and add your meats or cheeses to it. So you can bring them home in the container. and not have to bring that little plastic baggie, whatever they put that in. So either one of these sets, the handy spiralizer set retails for $112. The fridge storage set retails for $110. You can choose one or the other for just $30 when you place a $40 order by June I think it's the 28th, whatever the last Wednesday in June is. I can't remember off the top of my head. Let me just look at my calendar real quick. Nope, June the 30th. So we even have an extra day. So that's cool. So that gives you some time to do that. And I'm sure that there wouldn't be a problem with you finding $40 worth of Tupperware to purchase for yourself to add to your kitchen, whether you want the $15 virtual opportunity or with the deluxe kit so that you can try out some of our products. So I'm thinking, let's see, Paula, you got any questions? Something I did not cover? You're on mute.
One of these days, I'm going to get this right. No, you've done it very well. Very good. You're going to have to. Do you have what you say written somewhere, like on the movie stars where it rolls? I'm kidding.
It's in my brain.
Well, I want to have to borrow your brain.
Yeah. No, it's just, you know, after doing this for 28 years, and that's something else that I'm really proud of is, you know, when I joined Tupperware 28 years ago, I had two little ones. They were 2.5 and 8 months old. So I needed something that was really flexible, that I could still be at home with them, be a stay-at-home mom, but I also needed a little bit extra money, but I also wanted Tupperware because the more I looked at the catalog, the more I wanted. And I thought, you know, I'm the clearance and the sale rack person. I don't want to pay full price for anything. And Tupperware also said, you know, you do it whenever you want to, you know, you've got that flexible schedule. But they also enticed me with this opportunity to qualify for a free vehicle. And that was very appealing to me because at the time, this was in 1993, and I was driving a 1974 Dodge Dart. I know you're laughing. And I was grateful that I was the first to show up at a party and the last to leave, so nobody knew what I was driving. But I was driving down one of our main roads here in Cape Coral one day, and it was raining, and my kids are in the back seat. And my daughter, who was the older one, she goes, "Mommy, I'm getting wet." And I turned to look to see if she had rolled her window down. Well, it wasn't down. I turned the other way. There was a hole in the roof. So rain was coming in the roof. And then I realized that there was a hole in the gas tank. So I couldn't put a whole lot of gas in at one time, otherwise it was going to slosh out. And so there's like fumes, gas fumes in my car. So here I'm like putting my kids to sleep every time I was driving the car. So I had this huge motivation to qualify for that car. And I had a wonderful manager that brought me into the business. And she really helped me out a lot. She helped me with getting my first recruits, and she even helped me with sales. And she was even in the hospital getting orders for me from nurses so that I could qualify for my car. And lo and behold, I qualified for my vehicle my first 9 months of business, which still astounds me to this day that I did it that quickly. And that was even a slow start by Tupperware standards, if you can imagine that. So after I had been in for a year, for 12 months, I had been doing an in-home daycare to make some extra money and still be with the kids. I gave up the in-home daycare. Still had my own kids, but I could take them with me if I was dropping off a catalog or delivering an order or whatever I needed to do. So I could take them with me. So that's where I've been for the last 28 years. And I can't imagine doing anything else. The idea of having to get up when the alarm clock in the morning is not my idea of fun. And thank goodness, I only have to set an alarm clock once in a while. It doesn't happen very often. And so, coming full circle, I now am able to babysit my granddaughter. I've been babysitting her since she was 8 months old, not 8 months old, 8 weeks old. And she's now 3.5. And so I have that flexibility in my business to take care of her while my daughter and her husband go to work. And so she helps me do videos, and she helps me set up my Tupperware, and she goes with me on deliveries, and we just have a great time, doing this business together. And it can be a family business if you want it to be a business, and it doesn't have to be a business. It can be a hobby, if that's what you want to do. So what do you think, Paula? Why did you join? You're muted again.
I said, sorry, did you hear me holler?
No, I didn't hear you holler.
I could hear my dog whining, and I said, Molly. And then you said, Paula.
I saw you turn your head, but I couldn't hear you.
And I'm like, oh, Lord, I blared her out. What was the question?
No, I said, so why did you join Tupperware?
Like I said, I have been in direct sales before, and I have always heard Tupperware, this one saying, just getting bits and pieces of Tupperware, all my life. And I can remember this many, many, many years ago, I had a Tupperware party when I lived in Texas. And I got out and went door to door to get sales, because there was one item, and for the love of me, I cannot remember what it was that I wanted. And I went from door to door to get my sales so that I could get that item. And I did it. And it's just so much. I'm trying to think how to word it so that it's easier. It's just, I guess, more available. People uses it more than jewelry, makeup. It's a necessity. And I know they say, women will buy just for a need. They want it, not because they have to have it. But Tupperware, you need it.
Yeah, I agree.
I've had the Rubbermaid, but a couple of months you got to throw them away. I know I do.
Right.
I don't know if anybody else does or not.
And so you've got that brand recognition. We offer that lifetime warranty against cracking, chipping, peeling, breaking. You don't need to be the original purchaser to get that warranty. You might have inherited that piece. You might have taken it from someone's house.
Right.
Or you might have bought it for a quarter or a nickel at a yard sale. You never know. It doesn't matter, how you got possession of it, but it's still covered by that same warranty. And the name Tupperware is your receipt. And so, they stand behind that. If it's something we no longer make, we'll either replace it with a comparable current item. And if we don't have anything that's comparable to it, you get replacement value towards a new purchase, because it might even be something you really don't have a need for any longer anyway. So you can use that credit towards a new purchase of something that you would find more useful for you.
The gallon tea pitcher.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, I bought it was a blue one with a white lid. My son was about 17 years old, and Lewis is 47, 48. I still got it. It was a tea pitcher, and it is not even stained.
Yeah.
What a
lot of people don't realize about our pitchers is they have dripless spouts.
Yeah.
That they're designed to not dribble down the spout and down the side of the pitcher,
Mm-hmm.
which I just think is fascinating. So they always put a lot of thought into the production, the design of a product. And if it doesn't work right the first time, they go back to the drawing board and they keep working on it to improve it and make it the best for you, because it's brand name recognition. So they want to live up to that quality product. And even if they produce something and they have it out on the market and they find that it's really not meeting that standard, they will stop producing it and they'll go back to the drawing board and they'll redesign it and create a new one. And they've done that numerous times with products. And I mean, even since I've been in the last 28 years, they've done that with several products and, redesigned them. But they're constantly on the cutting edge of innovation, the new products. And I love the fact that our mission is to provide a sustainable product to help our ecosystem, to help prevent that landfill pollution, and something that when you buy it, you can expect to have it for the rest of your life.
True.
And there aren't a lot of companies that offer you that option. So, it even makes it easier to promote the product too with that kind of backing. So that's what I like.
And also too, I've never heard anyone ever say, I wouldn't buy that Tupperware. That's just money wasted. It doesn't last. I have never, and then someone may have, I'm not saying they hadn't, but I have never heard. I mean, even before I got into Tupperware, I've never heard anything negative, towards it. And I just wanted to do it. This is only, like I said, been in direct sales, and this is the only thing that I just say more sure of myself, because it's like, you're not going to have this for 2 days and it's going to break.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if by chance it would break, no worry, right, we're going to replace it for free.
Exactly. And this isn't the color I wanted. I wanted a green one with the blue. I mean, you know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
When you order it, you see it and you know exactly what you're going to get.
Right. So for those of you watching this, what we're asking you is, what have you got to lose? And you may have everything to gain too, just by joining us and trying this out for 12 months. So you get that discount. You might even make a few dollars on the side if you have friends and family that want to purchase some Tupperware from you. And that's it. That's all we're asking. So it's really no different than recommending a restaurant or a movie to a friend. You're recommending a product and that's it. If they want to try it, that's great. And if they don't, that's okay. So we might even have a special promotion happening tomorrow at 9 a.m. I don't know, maybe. So stay tuned to Paula's page so that you can get the scoop on that. Paula doesn't even know about it, so I can't share anything more. So thank you for listening. And Paula, thank you for joining my team. I just love having you on my team, and I love your energy and I love your sense of humor. And I'm just so grateful that you're my friend.
Thank you. I really do appreciate everything. And thank you. Thank you so much. If it wasn't for you, I don't know what I'd do. Because you never say no. You're always there for me.
Yeah. And, we're a company of friends too. And, so you're not in this alone. You've got a whole group of people to, encourage you and guide you and help you any way that they possibly can. So that's what I love too. There's a lot of sharing, a lot of caring.
It is. And everyone is so nice, and you're just extremely special. And I
Aw,
appreciate everything
don't
you've
make me
done and
cry.
you've done.
Don't make me tear. So thank you and enjoy the rest of your evening, Paula. And if anybody has any questions, you're Paula's friend, and I know you know how to reach her, so you can message her on Facebook or give her a call. She'd be happy to answer any of your questions for you. So thank you for listening. Enjoy your
Thank you,
evening.
Janie. I appreciate
You're
your time.
welcome,
Have a good
Paula.
evening. Thank you.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
honey.
Bye.